Health is life. Your health matters. You matter. Health begins in the spirit and the mind. Take time to love you. Live well. Be well.
Yeah, let's go!
Health matters to me.
Come on, get up, cause you tuned into the station for your morning motivation to get your education for your health and your spiritual needs.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, strong will to empower the people, to promote the peace, go positive attitudes, behavior that's a lifelong dream goal.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, health matters and we're here to help you become a better you, to be the best you, the best version you can be.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, and it's time for this classic, fantastic food for your soul. Here's Jackie and Coach Patrick right here. Let's go.
Health matters to me.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Jackie.
And Coach Patrick.
Guys, welcome to Health Matters Live podcast this Saturday morning where your health matters, guys.
That's right. Every day, all day. And we thank you for joining us on this Saturday morning right here at 9 a.m. as we bring you relevant information as it pertains to your health and well-being. We'll have healthcare professionals and other professionals come on the show to assist us in helping you to be the best you that you can be as it pertains to your health and well-being.
Guys, you already know what to do. Head over to Facebook and Get Fit with Jackie Fitness and Wellness, and also subscribe to that YouTube channel at Health Matters Jackie and Coach.
Yeah, please do that. Happy birthday to everybody that's celebrating birthdays in this great month of December. Anniversaries, if you're tired to not jump the broom, however you did it. Keep building memories, keep building families, keep becoming one. Happy birthday and happy anniversary.
Yes. And guys, we have 15 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
We have 15 days left.
Where's
And how many days before the year 2024? I can't believe we almost the end of another year, guys.
Yeah, tax time again.
Yes, and we didn't have it looked like we just paid tax.
I know.
We had so much going on, guys, and so we had a hurricane, tornadoes, and so unless we did talk about stressful during the holidays, how to manage stress and not get overwhelmed during the holiday season. So, guys, we have no other than our sponsor. We're gonna bring them on later. So, but we have to clean house and pay our bill to our sponsor.
Yes, got to do that. So if you'd like to be a sponsor, partner, or friend of the broadcast, you can call 706-592-8862. Our sponsors, Aiken Chiropractic, Dr. Dan. When your spine is aligned, your body is too. Aiken Chiropractic is located at 425 Lawrence Street, Northwest in Aiken, South Carolina. Their number is 803-641-9191, and their website is www.aikenchiropractic.com.
All right, guys. So without further ado, we're going to introduce our sponsor of Health Matters, our favorite doctor, Dr. Dan Jolett of Aiken Chiropractic, and he have a surprise for us this morning.
Hey, everybody. How you guys doing?
Dr. Dan.
Guys, we're doing great. We're doing great. We have a guest with us this morning. That is great.
We got company this morning.
Company.
We do, yeah. Well, we thought we'd mix it up a little bit in December, and what I have here is one of my dearest friends, Marija Glenn. And, we work together. We know each other for at least 12 years, if not more. I'm 15. Not sure. 15 probably, yeah. It's been a long time. And so, we ran a clinic in Florida together for pretty much all that time. Mm-hmm. And, now Marija and her husband, Timothy, have decided to move from Florida and move to Aiken, South Carolina. And they just got here, and literally they just bought a house on yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Signing, and now they have it, and they're going to be a little occupied by moving. But I thought it would be a good segue into the stresses of holidays and moving and everything else, and we'll talk a little bit about that and see how that affected her and her husband.
That's good.
So
Well,
you know,
we get a live update on that because we talked about it, Jackie and I, stress and during the holidays last weekend. So it's going to be good to hear it from someone that just went through
yeah,
some stressful situations, moving and all of that stuff through the
yeah.
holidays. But Mariah, welcome to the show, Health Matters, and
Yes.
welcome to CSRA.
Thank you
Yes.
for having me.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
Yeah.
for being here. It's a pleasure.
So
Why don't you
talk
tell them a
about
little
this
bit?
move.
So
Yeah.
tell us about that move. Talk
Yeah.
to us about it.
Oh, where to begin? um, my husband and I have lived in our absolutely gorgeous home in St. Petersburg, Florida, for the last 10 years. And we have been in Florida for the last 25. So we have played Frogger and dodged hurricanes and for a lot of years. And well, that's stressful
Yeah.
by itself. You people like to make fun of it and make light of it, and I understand why. I was in the thick of it. Oh, it's only a hurricane level 3. We're gonna have a pool party, this and the other. But really, that's just the outer shell. It is stressful. Preparing yourself, preparing your family, preparing your business for the eventual, you don't know what.
Mhm.
So we have been very fortunate in St. Petersburg. We really didn't have a direct hit in 100 years. And that changed.
Mm.
It changed. Um, St. Petersburg, in particular, was devastated.
Oh,
Wow.
During this recent hurricane.
Yes.
Wow.
Mm.
Okay.
Helene flooded our clinic
mhm,
in St. Petersburg.
mhm.
It is still not operational. There is no ETA on when it would be. So we decided we're not going to reopen something that most likely is going to be shut down again. It makes no sense.
Mhm.
Wow.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, it was, like I said, I have lived probably through 30 hurricanes at least
Mm.
in Florida. This was by far the absolute worst. Um, this has impacted so many people. My neighbors were flooded. Our house was okay. The business flooded, but our personal home was okay. So I've been disenchanted with Florida for quite some time
Mhm.
because of our economic um, downfall,
Okay.
and which is very stressful. Just to give you an example, on our property, we paid annually $6,500 in insurance alone, just the dwelling.
Oh,
We
oh,
also pay 3,500 annually on flood insurance.
Well, that's
Okay,
10 grand right there.
yeah.
and
Wow.
also paid about 7,500 in property taxes. So that's before anything.
Mm.
So uh, our escrow is actually bigger than our payment.
Wow.
So
Mm.
that's a problem. That's a problem. So when your escrow is larger than your,
Your
principal
payment
and
amount. Yeah.
so
Mm.
it was very stressful. To me, I have been disenchanted for definitely 3 years, and I've been hinting I would want to move. I don't want to be there for when things really go wrong. And my husband finally decided. Well, and to make matters worse, we were in Germany with my ill mother um, when Helene hit, and we traveled back to the States when Milton hit on that day.
Wow.
Mm.
So, having an ill mother, having 2 hurricanes, having a flooded office, didn't know what was up and what was down. So that was very, very stressful. And it really contributed to uh, the final straw for my husband to say, you know what, you're right. This is not a good situation at all.
Mm. Mm.
So we decided we are going to move to Aiken. And Aiken, um, I always thought it was a pretty quaint town.
Mhm.
Yes.
It it has a lot of qualities. It is not a tiny town. it has, you know,
Everything you need.
everything you need. And
Mhm.
I don't have school children. And even if I did, Aiken would probably have been a reason why I would have wanted to be here because of the
Mhm.
quality of schools. But I don't
Okay.
even have school children.
Mhm.
It is just a fact that it's a quaint, pretty town, and cost of living. I mean, not to sound, crude, but when my insurance agent says, sorry, your insurance is going to be so high, $1,500. I looked at it and I said, a month? I mean, a month?
Thank you.
Like, I don't even know what that's like. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it was time to do. Now, moving is probably on the stress level of giving birth.
Wow.
It's a lot.
It
It's a
really
lot to
is.
do.
It really is.
A lot of
Oh,
pushing.
it tests your faith. It tests it.
Oh my.
Um, we put our house, well, we're in the process of putting it on the market, but we purchased one here all within 20 days
Mhm.
and have moved half of our belongings here. And the part of moving and holidays, it just amplifies um, the stress.
Yes.
Yes.
We had, I don't know if you're familiar with Wawa, the gas
I
station.
heard of it. I heard of it, but I'm not familiar with all they sell. But I have heard of
We
Wawa.
call we call it in Florida hillbilly fine dining.
Oh,
Okay, because you get the best turkey bowl right now for this season, and that's what my husband and I had on Thanksgiving because
Wow.
we were packing.
Yeah.
We have friends who said, "Just come to my house, come here," but we didn't have the time to really spare 3, 4, 5 hours away because we needed to pack. So we laughed as we ate our Wawa bowl, with mashed potatoes and turkey and gravy. And, and then we haven't stopped since.
Wow.
I know that can just. Oh,
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Especially, with like you say, with the holidays, things that you usually would be doing during this
Right.
season, now you got to deal with
Yeah.
this, and still not only move and get settled in and still, try to deal with what's going on back in Florida also.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just, but I do have to say, creating memories such as, our Christmas at Wawa's, it's not something we would ever do under regular circumstances, go
Right.
to, Thanksgiving to Wawa's, But it's a memory, and that's how I look at it. I cannot look at it as, oh my God, another stress factor.
Yeah.
I have to look at it, oh, how adorable.
Life is an adventure.
You know?
Yes,
Positive.
that's
Being
Got it
positive
positive.
positive.
perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
yes.
but it doesn't, it definitely, the stress level, it manifests itself in your physical ailment.
Mhm.
I have
Absolutely.
come here and I said, I haven't made it to Dr. Dan's chiropractic clinic up here, but I will do that this week because I'm contorted like a pretzel.
Mm.
That's because it started here and it just goes all the way down.
Manifests itself all the way through the body. Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Absolutely. So
Yes,
that's
yes,
my little experience with moving
yes.
and Christmas and Thanksgiving.
I
And,
know.
That's why Dr. Dan say when your spine is aligned, your body
Body.
is too.
Yeah, yeah,
she knows
absolutely.
plenty about chiropractic. We've been doing chiropractic together for a long time,
Yeah,
and she
yeah,
knows plenty of that.
I do. I do. Just a quick background. I was not a believer of chiropractic at all. And the reason for that is I was educated by the insurance company. I was a claims director for auto insurance
Mm.
company
I
in
know
my
you got
prior.
some stories.
Oh God.
Yeah. Got
But we were told chiropractors they don't do anything. I mean, what do you mean they're gonna heal you by just whipping you around on a table? And of course, if your employer tells you that long enough, you start to believe it and you start to question it. And then
Yeah.
I was adjusted for the first time, and I said, "Who lied to me like that?" You know,
Mm.
this is beautiful. So the last 15 years, of the last 20 years, I've been a huge advocate for chiropractic because it's the only means of addressing issues that no other medical profession can, because they would have to use medication.
Right.
Yes.
They cut on you, they inject you with things that
Right.
and and that's a band-aid. That's
Mhm.
not help.
Yep.
It's
Yes.
just a band-aid. And
Because yeah.
You're right,
mm,
Mariah. You're
yeah,
absolutely
right
right.
now.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Mhm,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're
mhm.
gonna stay on the stress stuff.
I'm
That's a whole
sure.
nother conversation right
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
sure
you
her
didn't have.
cortisol levels are up, and
I know.
adrenal
Yes.
glands are functioning, all that stuff, thyroid gland, everything is stressed out right now. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
so
Great.
besides your chiropractic care, Mara, what are you doing to put some type of devices into place to where you
Yeah.
relieve that stress or where you manage that stress?
Oh well. Um I surround myself with people.
mhm,
That to me is hugely important.
mhm,
Um, I need people who bring joy to me in my
Mm.
life. Okay. Um, I think people in general would like to be joyful and bring joy. We just don't do it, because we're stressed out. I like to surround myself with friends, like then his family, him and his wife. We'll have a glass of wine, we'll talk, we'll laugh, and that is absolutely wonderful medicine.
Yes, it is.
When
Absolutely.
I can't crash every day and say, "Hey, here's wine. Let's."
Mhm.
I read.
That's good.
I read. I listen to music. I love classical music. Um, so I just like to be very low key. I
mhm,
like to read. I like to occupy my mind,
mhm.
and be constructive, learn something. I know it sounds very nerdy, but that is the
I
truth.
know. I'm the
Good.
same way. I'm a reader. I'm a read. That's how I
Reader.
am. I can be in this house by myself and put me some classical harp music on,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just yes, I'm right with you.
It
And
works
everything,
wonders.
yeah,
Yeah.
everything you named are great coping mechanisms for stress.
Right.
Reading, chiropractic care,
Yeah.
just relaxing, resting,
Yep.
being with friends, socializing. So with good,
Mm,
positive people.
Positive people, not
right.
Yeah.
everybody.
And all of
Uh,
those are great mechanisms. Yeah.
mm,
Yes. Yes. That's good. Yes, I can
Yeah.
tell. With
Gotta go outside though. Gotta
we
exercise too.
we
yes.
do
Yeah.
try to be well. Living in Florida, you were limited when you could be outside.
Hot and hotter.
It's like you ever wanted to know. I always said, I gotta be good. I gotta be good. I gotta taste in Florida what hell is like. I don't like it. You know,
Mm.
hot and humid. So you really don't get to do much outdoors. I hate going to the gym. It's not my thing.
Mhm.
So I walk on my treadmill at home, but when the weather is nice, outdoors.
Yeah.
It just recharges your battery.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Getting in touch with nature.
And it takes
You
your
know.
mind
Yeah,
off of what you're doing.
yep,
Yes.
a lot
Yes.
of things. Yep.
Gotta
Absolutely.
do what matters to you,
Hmm.
gotta do what you like. You can't force yourself. If you
No.
pick an activity because somebody else told you, hey, you need to do this, and you hate it, you'll never last. I mean, it's just that's why people, it's a knee-jerk reaction. I mean, so many people usually join the gym in December or January. Oh, I'm gonna go back, and then like they all quit by like March, because
Yes.
they don't
Yes.
really want to do it. So
Yeah.
they didn't find the
Absolutely.
activity that they like to do.
Right. Right.
Yes, yes. And I like when you said that the laughter, because the laughter is like medicine,
It is.
and endorphins, and it just releases the just I tell my clients, I said think of something negative, or and just pay attention, and you're thinking something negative,
How your
just
body reacts.
watching your thought, your body is reacting. It
Hmm.
tenses up versus when you're thinking
Yeah.
something positive, your body is more at a relaxed state, So I give them this: your cells eavesdrop on every thought that you're
Mhm.
thinking. And so I tell people that's also it's very important to mind your thinking, all the
Yeah,
time. So that's very important being around positive people,
Mhm.
you know.
I find it very challenging, and I had to learn that as well, to be honest with myself
Mhm.
and to know that what my triggers are, you know.
Understood.
Mm,
Yeah.
It is, we're so quick with being honest with other people about their
Mhm.
faults, but our
mhm.
own, we don't like doing that too much
You
because
just
it's
said
too,
a mouthful there, Mariah. You are
yeah,
you
it's too
you
personal, you know.
yes.
So I just find that you can only be at ease with yourself is if you know yourself
Yes,
and
that's good.
how to help yourself. Dan loves me to pieces, and he can help me by being my friend and by adjusting me. But there's certain things that no matter his love, he couldn't. I have to do
Right.
that for myself.
You're responsible
That's
for it.
right. No one else is responsible for that. And I like
Right.
the word you use, the triggers. When you
Mhm.
know your triggers, you
Right.
at that point you have to know. I'm gonna separate myself right now.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put that space,
Yeah.
in place right there
Yeah.
until I can get in sync with myself and come back in harmonizing with myself and just kind of find, okay, what's really going on here, what's
Exactly.
really at the root of this. Yes, that's awesome. And when you can do that instead of reacting, just separate yourself. Right now I just want to kind of get by myself and just kind of get in touch with my thoughts and get back into harmony with myself. Yes.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can tell you, if people who have known me 20 years ago when I was in the insurance industry, if they saw me now, they wouldn't even believe I'm the same person
Wow.
because there was no escaping of the triggers in that environment. They
Mm,
actually fostered your triggers to keep
wow.
you entertained and
Mm,
engaged, and so it was very frowned upon to have this attitude, and it is in corporate America to this day, and it will never change. The attitude of you, what, you need to be in touch with yourself? What is wrong with you? What kind of a hippie are you?
wow.
Well, if, right. If I'm not in touch with myself and in tune with my own self and with my
Mhm.
triggers, well, who is?
Exactly.
I'm gonna let you be in charge of them, you know. So they wouldn't recognize me. This has been a journey
Mhm.
that many of us are unfortunately not willing to go on because it actually can reveal a couple of ugly things.
Yes, and people and that's, I just published my first book, and it's my
Oh,
book called
congratulations.
it's called yes, thank you. It's called Still Becoming. And what it is, I start my women conferences way back in 2019. I started my
Mhm.
2017, I started my conferences, and Dr. Dan wife is always there. She's very supportive of it. And so
She's
and her Dr. Desiree, yes. And so throughout that, I didn't know, I was going on a journey. And after that, God began to reveal to me. He said, you're well, but you're not whole. And so
Mhm.
my book, my subtitle is A Woman's Journey from Wellness to Wholeness. So
Yep.
I had to heal. The little girl in me needed to heal. It's things that was locked down inside that needed to be healed. So through the book, I cried the whole time because I had to bring this stuff up and I
Mhm.
had to face it. And it was hard, but
Yeah.
as I journeyed through it, I got better and better. And now I'm loving who I am becoming. And
Mhm.
so I'm a much better person. I'm not that I was a bad person, but I'm a much better person. I'm a much calmer person. I handle stress a little bit more. I look at
Yeah.
things from different perspectives a little bit more. So I thank God for the journey. So I embrace it. So I tell people embrace the journey. It may not be what you like, but as you move through,
Yeah.
you'll love who you becoming. But yeah, that's why
Oh,
my book is called Still Becoming, because we, as long
I
as
love
we're breathing, we gonna still become.
That's
I
right.
love that title
Hmm.
because, like you said, as long as we're breathing, we are becoming. It's
Yes,
every single day is a different journey, you know.
Hmm.
yes,
And
ma'am.
women, to me, I always take great comfort in strong women.
Hmm.
Yes,
They I like women who set each other's crowns right,
yes. Fix it.
who
Pick it
help
up.
each other,
Yeah.
who say, you know what, I got you by your bootstrap. Let's go. Okay.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Life is hard. Life is stressful.
Hmm.
We all go through all these things. We all come with baggage from childhood.
Hmm.
You
Yes.
know, I met one of the most beautiful people, Dr. Clarissa James.
Oh
Remember her?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She was a black lady from South St. Petersburg. She came actually from the Sanford, Florida area, which is not the best part of Florida, especially not for minorities. So she had a very, very horrible childhood. Her father actually raped every child he had.
Mm.
And
Wow.
yeah, each child had to live with its own trauma, and
Mm.
her mother knew, just didn't do anything about it. And so, as she was growing older, she turned to the streets.
Mm.
She was a drug addict. She went through a horrible period in her life. And then she met a very strong woman who helped her to become who she ended up being,
Mm.
Wow.
Dr. Clarissa Hersey James,
Hmm.
Wow.
who had who opened up a ministry. It
Hmm.
was called Breaking Free Ministries,
Hmm.
and it was like a halfway house for people being released
Yeah.
from different backgrounds.
Mhm.
I met her because her husband was referred to us in St. Petersburg for treatment after an accident. And he said, "You would like my wife." Oh, was he right?
Hmm.
Loved the lady. And she unfortunately passed away when she
Hmm.
was in an accident.
Hmm.
Mm.
Herself, she was ejected from a car and just she was in a coma for 30 days. And what killed her was not the accident, is the addiction that came back viciously
Hmm.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
after being
Yeah.
on opioids, you know.
Well, that's what they
Yeah.
do. That's what
Yeah,
they do, and they
that
hook you back up.
yeah.
So.
So
Yeah.
that came back with it was vicious, and that's what took her
Hmm.
life. And I'll
Mm.
never
Yeah.
remember get the last time I saw her. She came to our clinic,
Hmm.
and she said to me, I just want to see you." And I said to her, "Clarissa, I beg of you, I beg of you, I need you to listen to me. You need help. I'm your friend. I love you, and
Hmm.
I don't know how to help you. I don't know, and I definitely don't want to hurt you."
Hmm.
Right.
So she said, when I come back, she was going on some small
Hmm.
trip. Um, will you help me to find somebody? I said, absolutely. She never
Hmm.
came back. She
Mm.
passed away in her home, in her bed. She overdosed.
Mm.
And that was 5, 6 years ago.
Hmm.
And I
Mm.
remember her every day because this woman overcame so much
Mhm.
and ended up being such an absolute light for
Yeah.
so many. And so when
Mhm.
I say surround myself with people,
Hmm.
I'm not talking about people who are on the cover of a magazine. I'm not talking about people
Right.
who are, the influencers or whatever
Mm.
they call themselves. I'm talking about people who can enrich your life.
That's
You do
good.
that,
Absolutely.
you're
Hmm.
already on a great journey of relaxing,
Hmm. Yeah.
finding
Exactly.
yourself.
All right.
You
Yes.
are, it's just an absolute miracle to surround yourself with people
Hmm.
who can enrich you.
Yeah.
To me,
You're
that,
absolutely right, because, and I heard someone says, I forgot what that quote they said. It's okay, to be honest, but to be transparent is another level of impact because
Oh my
you
God.
are sharing your story. Do you know how many people, how many women that don't share their story? I am here today because of women came in my life and
Yep.
spoke positivity to me. So I, in
Yep.
turn, I give it back. You know, the Bible has something, it says, iron sharpens iron. And, you know, we have to sharpen iron. We have to be that light, that salt in the earth for
Absolutely.
others, you know. And I have a quote, I would not leave somebody I would leave a person better than what they was. Not that they wasn't good, but
Yep.
I wanna leave an impact. I wanna leave them better
Mhm.
than what they was. And that in turn, I did my part to show the light. So that
Yes, ma'am.
awesome story. I
Yeah,
mean,
that is
with
very,
all of
very
that, it's
important.
just, you know, if people can they're gonna enjoy your story this morning. I tell you, I know people gonna be listening
I
and
hope
it's
they do.
awesome. You're gonna bless a lot of people. You really are.
I hope
And
they take from it that you shouldn't look for perfection.
yeah,
It is not, the beauty is absolutely not in perfection because
Amen.
nobody has it.
Yeah.
But the beauty is look within yourself for people who bring you not perfection, but who bring you something satisfaction to your soul.
Yes.
Because let's face it, you can give me $100 today. Okay, fine, great. Thank you very much. But what have
Right.
you done? You've given me money. Okay, fine. I can earn it myself. But hey,
right.
thank you. You know,
Yes.
so that's not it. But when I have somebody who brought to my life their own experience, you know,
Mm,
when I know people like her who has told her story and enabled other people to find peace and find
mm,
solace in maybe sharing their own story, you
Mhm.
know,
right.
how powerful is that?
Yes,
You know,
I
Very
want to say
powerful.
just for this last hurricane, Mariah and Timothy opened their house to
yeah.
another lady
Mhm.
that they
Yeah,
helped, and
yeah.
maybe you wanna say a little bit about that because she lost. Well, go ahead.
Uh, Helene devastated a lot of people with the water.
Hmm.
Milton devastated a lot of the people with the wind.
Hmm.
So this friend of mine, she has some spinal condition. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's hereditary. And at a certain age, they have like brittle bones. And her father was the same way. He ended up a quad, you know, because of it. And about 10 years ago, she was working out at a gym and she was just lifting 5 pounds and fractured her two vertebrae and
Mm,
became a quad. Okay. And one of the strongest women I have ever met. I promise you, I thought when I met Dr. Clarissa Hersey James, that was one strong woman. I think this lady has her top just a teeny bit because she the physical aspect of what she had to
Hmm.
overcome. She was telling me of days when she was left by her caretakers for 3, 4, 5 days, and she couldn't move at all, not
wow,
even her neck.
wow,
Um, yeah. And she said, I was using the restroom on myself. I had no water to drink. I had no food. They just left me, you know.
wow.
mm,
And she overcame that. She got herself new help. And one of the people said, who was helping her, hey, in Costa Rica, there is a doctor who can help you most likely. And she says, what do you mean can help me? Well, they do surgeries. Well, here in America, we are so advanced, but we don't take advantage of it, which is so horrible. So she finds this doctor in Costa Rica who is paid by her health insurance company because it's an American facility and the doctor was trained in America, but we do not do these procedures in America, but we do them in
That's
Costa
that's
Rica.
That's crazy.
It is
mm.
crazy. You know,
Wow.
when we insert rods, we just do rods. It's like you can't move, you have no mobility, you can do this maybe, but not much
Hmm.
else, you know. So
Mhm.
this doctor actually he did plates individually in her cervical spine So she gained all the mobility in her upper body. Okay. Well, what a huge relief, you know.
Yeah.
So this lady comes back from Costa Rica and she gets in an auto accident. That's how I meet her, maybe 2 months before the hurricanes. And we're treating her, and she says, "Yeah, you know, I'm gonna put my house on the market. I think I'm gonna move to Costa Rica. Hopefully, I can do one more surgery and be able to stand up." I said, "That would be awesome." So, excuse me, she puts her house on the market 2 weeks before Helene hits. Okay, she puts it on the market for $650,000. Her flight to Costa Rica was right around the time Helene was hitting, so it was all canceled. They took her to a medical shelter because she is in a wheelchair. I'm in Germany at that time with my mother, and she's telling me, "I'm glad you're out of here because this is really getting ugly." And I said, "Well, I hate you're there, you know." And she says, "I'll be okay. I'm in a medical shelter." So Helene takes out her house, floods it. All her equipment that was specially made for her condition, all destroyed.
God.
Uh, then she was supposed to leave the shelter when they said, "No, stay because Milton is coming." So she continues to stay in the shelter, and Milton hits and devastates her roof. Okay. I come back from Germany at that point. We actually drove all the way from New York to Florida in 18 and a half hours because I wanted to go.
Long trip. That's a long trip.
Oh, yes, it is. And I said to my husband, "We're going to take turns sleeping." And that's what we did. We just barreled through. She was still in the medical shelter. And like a day after when I get there, they were putting everybody on buses to take them to ALFs. And I said, "Why ALF?" She said, "Well, because that's the only place that can take us, you know." And I said, "No, you're not going to no ALF." So I said to her, "Stay right there. I'll be there. Don't move. Don't get on a bus. Don't get on anything. Just stay there."
Can you tell them what ALF means? 'Cause maybe
Assisted living facility.
yeah, maybe
Assisted-
people
Okay.
don't know.
Assisted living. Okay.
Yes, that's usually where they park people.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
the parking lot.
We got you.
And
Wow.
I'm so sorry to monopolize all your time, but these are so
You're
good.
good.
This is
Don't
great.
don't
Yeah, this is
apologize. Don't
great.
apologize. This is awesome.
they're such important events. And there's one other lady I must tell you about because it's just incredible. So I called my husband who was working at home. I said, "Do you have time?" He goes, "No, I'm in a meeting." I said, "Fine." So I go to my neighbor, Carl, and I said, "Carl, are you busy?" He says, "Not right now." I said, "Good. Can you drive me to this place?" Okay. So he drove me to where she was at that medical shelter, and she had a van there that she rented, wheelchair accessible van. So I said to her, "Okay, I'm loading you on. We're going to my house." My house is the least disability friendly house on earth. Every entrance has stairs.
Wow.
I'm like, "Oh gosh, really?" So I called my husband again. I said, "I need you to build a ramp." He goes, "What for?" I said, "Erica, come in with me." The man said, "Okay, let me figure out where." That was it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. That is
So
so
he built the ramp, and she was with us for about 3 weeks, and then she's in Costa Rica now. She has moved there. Her house, if she gets 300,000, it's going to be a miracle. So she lost so much.
Wow.
But at the medical shelter, she and I then subsequently met that lady too. Her name is Eleanor Jaspers. Eleanor Jaspers is 99 years young. Okay.
wow.
Eleanor Jaspers, and don't forget the S, she'll let you know. It's Jaspers. He actually was an educator at Pepperdine in California. She is the first Black woman who has ever written a book on education. She has a master's. She is a national treasure, in my opinion. You know, And
That was
she
awesome.
she was in the same shelter with my friend. My friend basically adopted her to make sure she was okay, and I thought that was so beautiful. Here is a collection of disabled people.
Hmm.
They are looking out for each
Yeah.
other in such a way. It was just beautiful. But Mrs. Jaspers ended up in an assisted living facility because she had nobody to take her in. And
Amazing.
yeah, we have contacted Pepperdine to say, you need to help her.
Mhm.
You need to do something for her. This is she's 99 years young. Mentally so fit. Mentally absolutely beautiful. We
Wow.
brought her some Indian food and she said, I've never had that. And we said, well, try it. And she said, at my young age, you want me to get used to something new? So I
That's
said, you know
awesome.
what? You're right. You're right. What would you like, Miss Eleanor? I'll get you exactly that, you know.
99
But
years old.
99 years old.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah,
That is so
yeah. No,
phenomenal. Man.
she is 99 years young.
Young, yes, young. We say I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, 99 year young. That's awesome. That's a blessing in itself. And then to be in your right mind.
Mhm.
Patrick's mother was like that. She was 90,
92.
92 in her right
Yeah,
mind. Tell
that is
my
young.
my aunt lived to 102
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
still was telling me things. You
Yeah.
remember this when you was little? I'm like, I
Oh,
don't
I
even.
don't have no clue what you're talking about, you know?
Yes, she remembered 102
Yeah,
years old. She lived to
yeah,
102.
Well, Dr.
yeah.
Dan, this
Man,
was a pleasant
oh,
surprise.
this was so good.
This was this was good.
This
Yeah.
is good.
Well,
I can talk to you all day. I really
We'll
can.
have her again. We'll have her again.
Yes, please,
Uh,
please. We have to come visit. I have to, bring you a copy of my book.
I would
Yes,
love that. I would
yes,
love that. And then I
yes,
can tell you, more about strong women and where we come
yes.
from. And,
oh yeah.
my mother who was a bull tamer and she literally tamed bulls and,
Wow. I
things
can
men
only,
couldn't do, you know.
Yeah.
What part of
yeah.
Germany were you
What,
from?
what part of Germany?
Actually, I was born in Bosnia. I'm a Croatian who was born in Bosnia. I grew up in Germany, and I was a souvenir bride to my husband in the military. I can't say trophy. Trophy wives are nice and cute, and I'm just a souvenir.
So what part of Germany did you finally get to?
Karlsruhe, not far from
Karlsruhe.
Oh,
Heidelberg.
we was
We
in
was in
Karlsruhe. We was
Karlsruhe.
spent 4 years in
4 years.
Karlsruhe.
Yeah.
That's my stomping grounds. I grew up in
Yes,
Karlsruhe.
we
Right.
stayed in Kiesebrunn.
Yeah. Right there by
Oh,
France.
Yes, yes, we stayed in Kiesebrunn. Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
Kuzuski Kaserne,
Oh,
right?
oh, come on
What year?
now.
What year?
I left 1993.
Okay. So we
So,
Yeah,
were there. We
we
were
was
there
all
from
there at the same
80. We
time.
were there from
uh,
86 to 90.
90.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
86 to 90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
It,
I grew up there. My mother, my father left, my father died 16 days before I was born.
Mhm.
And so she was a 22-year-old widow in the mountains of Bosnia. So she actually left and immigrated to Germany. That's how I ended up in Germany when I was 3 years old. So from the age of 3 to 28, I lived in Karlsruhe.
Okay.
Yep.
oh, wow. Yeah,
Oh,
we loved it. We should love to go downtown to the
Yeah.
Christmas market and eat the glühwein and oh my
Oh,
God, I miss that.
down to
Oh,
Baden
I
Baden
just
to the
bought and
Canadian.
bought into the Canadian PX,
Yeah.
and then we came back over again. We was in Würzburg. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
Kissigan. Yes.
We need to get together for lunch or dinner one of these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, we can talk.
Now they're here.
Yeah, they know exactly. I mean, we walk the same streets and
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
cool.
Make some German food,
absolutely.
German food.
Yeah,
Yes, I
I'll
miss.
make some.
Oh my
some
God, my Palmer Fritz and all my
Jaeger
Jaeger
Schnitzel.
schnitzels, and
Mm.
I
yeah,
miss it. My
yeah.
pasta and ham and brochen. Yeah.
When it's cold, I like to make goulash and spätzle.
Okay,
Oh
Mhm.
Schnitzel.
God.
Yeah, that's good
Okay,
stuff.
so we got to have dinner together.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we do.
Yes, yes.
We
We're
do.
planning. So, Dr. Dan, anything on your mind or heart you want to get off
You've been
before we
I
laid
leave?
just
back.
I just think it's a very good, heartwarming stories, especially for the holidays, and talks
Absolutely.
about human spirit, how human
Yeah.
spirit is strong everywhere, and people are just great people everywhere you go, and people help each other, no matter what you see on TV with the politics and all that crap that they shove our throats. Regular people are doing great, and it's a great country when you have all these people from all walks of life, and they help each other and they better
Right.
themselves with each other, and that's what a life is all about. I wanted to mention then when Dr. Clarissa James was alive, we actually went to. They had a celebration to thank them for all the work they did. With the bringing people out of addiction and all that. And what did they say? Like 10 years that helped like 1,500 people or something like that. It was some huge number, and it was her and her husband as well, Ernest, right? And so it was pretty amazing. So it's a very big loss, but at least she did a lot of amazing things while she was capable and alive. And
Yeah.
it's just to go from one end to another where you're actually helping a huge amount of people. That's just incredible story right there that needs to be told.
All of them
So
are.
pretty awesome.
There are stories that
Yeah.
they absolutely need to be told, like
Yeah.
Eleanor Jaspers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She has written books too.
Yeah.
If you want to look her up,
Oh,
Eleanor
I
Jaspers.
am. I am. I'm
Yeah,
definitely going to
amazing.
look it up. I love a good read,
Yes,
and
she
yes.
is still alive in the same assisted living facility in St. Petersburg. And I've been trying, Erica, my friend and I, who's in Costa Rica, we've been trying to see somebody, hello, can somebody capture this lady's story? When she closes her eyes, that story is not going to be
Yeah, it's
there
gone.
It's
anymore.
gone,
And
and that's why I
it
said
is so
people have.
important.
Yeah.
It is such an important story.
I agree with
Especially,
you.
yeah,
They story should be told. Patrick mother left without telling her. She has an amazing story. It's so many. Just not that. A lot of people have an amazing story. And
yeah.
so I'm like, wow. I
And
tell you,
some just have a bigger one because their story is has not a bigger story, just a different impact. It impacts more
right.
people. There is one thing when somebody of my color goes out there and gets a degree and writes a book and and teaches versus a lady that's now 99 years young,
Wow.
is black, and has gone through I cannot imagine the trials and tribulations that she
Mhm.
had to go through to
Can
be
only
where she
imagine.
is. And
Yes.
all these stories from that time when she was born up until now, there's so many that we're
Yeah.
gonna look. And
Yeah. And she just need a ghostwriter just so she can just
yeah,
tell the
Yeah.
story and
yeah,
someone else can put it together. So let's
yes,
believe that she can get that done. And so we can before she leaves here. Because her story needs to be told.
Uh,
It needs to be told.
well,
So
yes,
yeah. So guys,
yeah.
we can sit here all
unfortunately,
night and just have a
But I'm a hush
conversation.
up now.
So
We could be here till midnight.
yeah.
I know it. I know we can sit here, but we're gonna
We'll
after the
bring
holidays. Let's
yeah.
get together after the holidays. I mean, let's make a date. Yes, that would be
Absolutely.
great. So, Dr. Dan, you
Yeah.
got
We
some
gotta bring
last
your husband in
words?
on it as well.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just happy to be here.
Oh yes. All
It's
right.
great. Well,
Cool.
And he's happy I did the talking so he could take a break.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Well, we'll
it's
just
hard.
wish
It's hard to get
happy
Dr.
holidays
Dan
to
to take a
everybody.
break.
Because our doc loved to talk, so
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah.
And we enjoy him. We get so much wealth of knowledge from Dr. Dan. We love him so much. We really do. I mean, he have taught us
Same here.
so much. He has been he is a blessing to us. And I tell you, people just ask me, Jackie, you're a doctor. I said, I just have the best network of doctors around me that educate me on
Mhm.
on
It's
on
about
health.
helping people. That's
I'm
what it
just
is. It's about
I'm
helping.
just the gap. Me and Patrick we bridge the gap from the healthcare professional to serve our community. And that's what
Good.
we do here on this podcast.
Perfect.
And again,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
With your
you for
story.
having me and listening to me talking your ear off.
So you guys enjoy your holidays, and hope you
Yeah.
guys get
Too.
settled
Happy
in
holidays.
and everything goes your way.
Merry
Everybody.
Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas. Happy
All
holidays.
right. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We'll see y'all guys in 2025. See you
All
later.
right, that was awesome, man. I tell you.
No.
That was
Wow.
awesome.
That was wonderful. That was wonderful. I mean, it just turned into a story and just a remarkable story. I always say nothing is a coincidence. That was ordained,
Well,
you know.
we came talking about stress and
Yes.
the things that these different hurricanes and brought on us, having to move and all of these things, and then how we just flipped it on how you can overcome stress, by
Yes.
being positive, by being around others
You're right.
and helping others,
Yes.
and then the other story she brought up with the other ladies that she know that was going through some things. So that was
Wow.
awesome. I like
That was awesome.
that was
Just
good.
having a conversation. Just having a conversation, just hearing so and I like how she said, just being honest with your own story,
Mhm.
not just, hearing someone else's story just to have a comment, but you literally sharing your life story,
Mhm.
being
And
transparent
helping people by
and
sharing your story.
you're
Yeah.
helping someone else.
Impacting
And
their
so
life.
many people don't realize that they just don't want to talk about things or they don't want to talk about their life story. But it's like you say, it's good to be honest, but it's even better to be transparent
That's good.
just to tell your story. And it
All
takes a
right,
lot for you
guys.
to tell your story. Everybody can't do that, But like you said, so many people have a story and it's not
Mhm.
being told. So
Most
I
definitely.
believe that her story can get told before she leaves here.
And maybe somebody might see this show and be interested in that. So
Absolutely.
hey, you
Become
never
her
know.
ghostwriter. If you're a
You never know.
ghostwriter, you may just want to bless and sow a seed and get in touch with this lady and let her
Never
share her
know where to
story.
go.
You never know.
But listen, guys, we thank you so much for tuning in this morning to Help Matters with Jackie and Coach Patrick. We hope you like this pre-recorded interview with Dr. Dan Jolich and Dr. Mara. She was a guest that we didn't even expect, and we thank
That was
Dr.
good.
Dan for bringing her
Spontaneous.
on and telling her story about stress and how to overcome stress and just how to, just be a people person and tell your story because you just never know what your story can do for others. So we want you to like our Facebook page at Get Fit with Jackie Fitness and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Help Matters Jackie and Coach.
And guys, remember, we're here to help you to become a better you, to be the best you that you can be. We like to leave you with 3 John 2. Beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prosper. Guys, you have a blessed and healthy, blessed Saturday.
Health is life. Your health matters. You matter. Health begins in the spirit and the mind. Take time to love you. Live well. Be well.
Yeah, let's go.
Help matters to me.
Come on, get up. Cause you tune into the station for your morning motivation to get your education for your health and your spiritual need.
Help matters to me.
Yeah, strong will to empower the people, to promote the peace, no positive attitudes, behavior that's a lifelong dream goals.
Help matters to me.
Yeah, health matters and we're here to help you become the better you, to be the best you, the best version you can be.
Help matters to me.
Yeah, and it's time for this classic, fantastic food for your soul. Here's Jackie and Coach Patrick right here. Let's go.
Help